Hey, what is going on, guys? Thanks for checking out this video. My sports Gematria. I'm gonna run through these games here for Sunday, January 31st. Do all 6 NBA games. On this side is what I call my daily numbers: date numerology, Gregorian, Hebrew calendar. This side is my game numbers. Up top here is the away team, coach record, Clippers, season record and away. In the middle is the head-to-head record between the two teams. And the bottom here is the home team and their coach record. So we got the Clippers versus the Knicks. We do have 37 date numerology on the Gregorian. 37 sums to 165, and it sums to 132. And this is the 132 all-time head-to-head matchup between these two teams. And with the win, Clippers would become 16-5 for a season record. 37 is the 12th prime number, and Knicks would get their 12th loss for the season. Today also has 53 date numerology on the Gregorian. 53 is the 16th prime number. Clippers would get their 16th win for this season. On the flip side, though, the Knicks, with the loss, Clippers coach would get his 89th loss regular season. 89 is the 11th Fibonacci number. This is the Clippers' 11th away game for this season, and the Knicks can sit on 11 losses for the season with a win. Today does have 10 date numerology on the Gregorian, and Knicks can pick up their 10th win for the season. Knicks would become 1-0, like 10 head-to-head against the Clippers with the win to go along with the 10 pattern. Of course, it can go the other way too. Clippers can become 1-0 against Knicks, like 10. There is a thing going on with the Knicks. There is the another thing you can do is New York sums to 111, and with the Knicks win, they can become 10-11, like 111 for a season record. And the 156 is a prominent number. 911 is the 156th prime number. The other day we saw the Knicks become 9-11 for a season record. And to continue that theme, they can have the Clippers become 15-6 against the Knicks. And of course, you know, 9/11 happened in New York. So there's that conspiracy there too in favor of the Knicks. So you're going to have to decide, is it going to be 37 date numerology with the 165, the 132, Knicks getting their 12th loss for the season, or is it going to throw in the 89-11 pattern, and then the Knicks sit on 10 wins for the season as they become 10-0 head or 1-0 head-to-head against the Clippers, like 10. And then you can add in the 9/11 conspiracy. New York became 9/11 with the win the other day, and with a Clippers loss today, they can become 15-6 against a New York team, and 9/11 is the 156 prime number. Next game is Jazz and Nuggets. Jazz and Nuggets. So 20th game of the season for the Jazz. 20th game of the season for the Nuggets. With the win, Jazz can become 2-0 head-to-head against the Nuggets. They would sweep the Nuggets for the season, 2-0 like 20. Today does have 53 date numerology on the Gregorian, 53 the 16th prime number. Jazz can get their 16th win for this season. Today has 37 date numerology on the Gregorian. 37 is the 12th prime number. Jazz can get their 12th win in a row for this season. And then they can get their 132nd all-time head-to-head win against the Nuggets. 37 sums to 132. On the flip side, though, 37 is the 12th prime number, and the Nuggets can get their 12th win for the season. Today will be a day with 73 date numerology. 73 that is the 21st prime number. Nuggets coach would get his 231st regular season win as a coach for the Nuggets. 231 is the 21st triangular number. And then Jazz with the loss would become 7-3 on the road, like 73. Jazz would end their 11-game win streak as Nuggets even the score, 1-1 head-to-head against the Jazz, like 11. This is the 31st day of the Gregorian year, 31, the 11th prime number, January 31st, written 1/31. and Nuggets can sit on 131 all-time losses against Jazz with a win. You're going to have to decide. We're going to go with the 16. We're going to go with the 12. Are we going to go with the 132? We're going to go with the 73. You have the 12 here, and then you have the 11 connection. And then it's also their 20th game, and Nuggets can become 0-2 against the Jazz. So you have two different narratives here, plain as day, for you to choose from. Best luck to you. 76ers versus the Pacers. So, again, 37 date numerology on the Gregorian. 37 is the 12th prime number. Pacers can get their 12th win for the season in their 12th home game of the season. It is the 200 all-time head-to-head matchup between these two teams. 200 sums to 132, just like the number 37 sums to 132. 37, the 12th prime number. Could play in favor for Pacers to get their 12th win. On the flip side, today does have 10 date numerology on the Gregorian. This is the 10th away game for the 76ers, and they could be the one to go 1-0 against the Pacers. And this is the Sixers' 71st game of the season. 73 date numerology on the Gregorian, 73 the 21st prime. The number 21 sums to 102. The Sixers can get their 102nd regular season head-to-head win against the 76ers. Today is the 31st day of the Gregorian year, 31 the 11th prime. Pacers could just sit on 11 wins instead of getting their 12th in their 12th home game. The interesting thing about the number 12 is 12 does sum to 75, and Pacers could become 7-5 at home with the win. So you have two different choices here. You have the 21 that favors the Sixers and the 102, and then they have that 10. They become 1-0 head-to-head. And Pacers simply just sit on 11 wins on the 31st, 31 the 11th prime. Or they do the 37. 37 is the 12th prime. They get their 12th win in their 12th home game. And they become 7-5 at home for the season with the win. The number 12 sums to 75. So you're going to have to decide on what you think best fits or makes the most sense for you. Magic versus the Raptors. We are going to do... These guys play back-to-back. And I believe they play on Tuesday. Yeah, so they play each other again on Tuesday. So we have today's date numerology. And then we have Tuesday's date numerology. So if the Magic win this game, they can either go into Tuesday with 9 wins for the season and having 45 all-time head-to-head wins against the Raptors. Tuesday does have 9 and 45 date numerology on the Gregorian. Or if the Magic lose on Sunday, they can go into Tuesday and pick up their 9th win and their 45th all-time head-to-head against the Raptors on Tuesday, the day with 9 and 45 date numerology. 45 is the 9th triangular number, I believe. It's the 9th something. Let's see what it is. Yeah, 9th triangular number. So that can hit Magic going getting their 9th win, 45th all time. That can hit Sunday, or that can hit on Tuesday. You're going to have to decide what makes the most sense. Raptors, they've been going on a bit of a pattern here with the loss. So the Raptors coach got his 54th loss regular season as the Raptors became 5-4 at home for the season with the loss. And then he got his 55th loss for the season, regular season for his career, as the Raptors become 5-5 at home. I believe this is the Raptors' last home game before they go on the road and they'll face Magic in Orlando. And Raptors can top it off and become 5-6 at home with the loss, as their coach gets his 56th regular season loss for his career. Magic would become 5-6 for an away record to go along with it. So you have this 56 pattern that can play in favor of Magic. And then you have this 9 that can play in favor of Magic with the 45, but that 9 and 45 can hit either today or on Tuesday. It doesn't really matter. Today it does have 37 date numerology, the 12th prime. Raptors would sit on 12 wins or excuse me, 12 losses for the season with the win, or Magic can sit on 12 losses for the season with the win. It's the Magic's 21st game. Today was 73 date numerology, the 21st prime number. So you're going to have to decide, is the 9 and the 45 going to hit first, or are they going to hit second? Which one's going to hit? Is the Raptors coach going to go along with the 56 like it has been for the last 2 games, or is it going to get switched up? That's what we're going to have to decide. If the Magic lose, their coach gets his 307th regular season loss. 307 is the 63rd prime number. This is Magic's 11th away game. This is Raptors' 11th home game. 11 sums to 63. So this can hit. Raptors can hit first, and then Magic can hit second. Or Magic can hit first, and who knows what will go on Tuesday. Maybe they'll just sit on the 9 and 45 on Tuesday, and Raptors can hit second. I feel like this series back-to-back is going to get split 1-1. They usually do. But you're going to have to decide on how that split takes place. Nets versus the Wizards. So we have Nets versus the Wizards, 22nd game, 16th game. Today does have 53 date numerology. 53 is the 16th prime number. This is Wizards' 16th game of the season. The number 53 sums to 148. And with the win, Nets would become 14-8 for a season record with the win. This is the 196th all-time head-to-head matchup between these two teams. 196 has a square root of 14, and Nets would get their 14th win for the season. However, that goes against the Nets as well, because even though it has a square root of 14, the Wizards with the win would get their 105th regular season win against the Nets, and 105 is the 14th triangular number, and the number 14 sums to 104. So the Wizards can do like a 104 to 105 regular season head-to-head against the Nets with a win, instead of Nets getting their 14th win. And Wizards could become 2-0 and sweep the Nets like 20, as they get their 107th all-time head-to-head win against the Nets. The number 20 sums to 107. But something interesting that I thought was kind of cool is the Hebrew religious today has is the 312th day of the Hebrew religious year. And the Wizards come into this game with a record of 3-12. 3 wins, 12 losses on the 312th day of the Hebrew religious year. It's a day leaving 41 left in the Hebrew year. 41 is the 13th prime number. Wizards can go ahead and get their 13th loss for the season. You're going to have to decipher which side you like best. Best of luck to you. Cavs versus the Timberwolves. The last game of the night, I believe. Yep. So today has 10 date numerology on the Gregorian. Actually, before I get into this, they both play each other tomorrow. So anything that hits today can hit tomorrow. But let's get back into it. So 10 date numerology on the Gregorian. Cavaliers can become 10-10 for a season record with the win in their 10th away game. They would become 1-0 head-to-head against the Timberwolves. 1-0 like 10. And the Cavaliers coach would get his 100th win regular season for his career. 100 has a square root of 10. On the flip side, today does have 53 date numerology on the Gregorian. 53 does sum to 148, and Cavaliers coach can get his 148th loss regular season. Cavs would become 3-7 on the road with the loss, like 37 today with 37 date numerology. Timberwolves would sit on 37 all-time head-to-head losses against the Cavs, as the Cavs become 3-7 on the road. 37 does sum to 60, and this is the 60th all-time head-to-head matchup between these two teams. Fair warning, these two teams do play each other tomorrow, and if today has 37 date numerology, tomorrow does not, because why? It's the first day of a new month, so it's 8/24/44. So that 37 kind of looks enticing a little bit here. On the top of that, if the Timberwolves win, they would get their 23rd all-time head-to-head win against the Cavs, 23 the 9th prime. Cavaliers would sit on 9 wins for the season. Today does not have 9-date numerology. I'll take that back. So you have this 9 and 23 connection. But for tomorrow, we have 8, 24, and 44 date numerology. And I didn't really see anything tomorrow. You know, what would go against the, you know what else sums to 148? The number 38 sums to 148. And today does have 53 date numerology. 53 also sums to 148. It could be that Timberwolves get their 38th all-time head-to-head loss against the Cavs as they become 3-8 at home for the season with the loss like 38 on the day with 53 date numerology. Both 38 and 58 sums to 148. I could go that way. Tomorrow, I mean, I didn't see anything really with tomorrow that syncs up. Tomorrow's going to be Cavs' 11th away game. So I feel like whoever wins today will probably lose tomorrow. They'll probably split it 1-1. But at the same time, Cavs could go ahead and get their 11th loss today, it being the 31st day of the Gregorian, this being the Cavs coach's 31st regular season game as a coach for Cavs, 31 the 11th prime. They can go ahead and get their 11th loss today, and then tomorrow they can tie it up 1-1 to split the series with the win tomorrow. So you're going to have to play around with that. You can make two different scenarios for back-to-back games like that. You can come up with different scenarios of Cavs winning, Cavs losing, Timberwolves winning, Timberwolves losing. A lot of times if you kind of just watch what happens in the first game, you can get what happens in the second game. I think that's it. Tomorrow, it will be the Timberwolves' 20th game of the season. So if they win today, I mean, there is that chance they can go 2-0 tomorrow. So there's handful of different scenarios I can play out here. Hopefully I've given you guys enough information with all these games to where you can make your own pick, come up with your own final decision. If there's not enough information here for you, there's definitely enough information here for you to build on top of and add your own other stuff to it to make your final decision. If for whatever reason you want to know what I'm picking in these games, it's definitely not required. But you can join my Patreon. That's where I post my picks at. But I have given you enough information here. You can make your own picks. And I make my picks based off of the information I literally just gave you. So we'd be working with the same information. And you can probably pick just as good as I can, if not better, when we're both working with the same information. So good luck. Thanks, guys.